This is the way. And welcome back, everybody. Tonight I'm going to be talking about The Mandalorian Season 2. And I'm going to be giving my thoughts on it. Just to give a heads up, I will be spoiling this. So if you have not seen the second season of The Mandalorian, I will be going over some plot points. There's going to be a lot. I'm going to try and keep it to my favorite ones. There are absolutely so many great things that happen in the second season of The Mandalorian. I mean, just the fact that we got the second season this year was enough for me. I don't know about everybody else, but it definitely was for me. Every single episode was great. There was not one episode this season that I can say is bad. Definitely there are some episodes that were filler, not very many to be completely honest, as opposed to season 1. I felt like there were a lot more filler episodes than this season. This season really got going once episode 3 hit and we got to see Bo-Katan and the name drop of Ahsoka Tano. That was when I felt like this season really started to pick up, because every episode after that just got better and better and better and better. In episode 5, or chapter 13 of this season, we finally got to see a live representation of Ahsoka Tano, played by Rosario Dawson, and I think she absolutely destroyed it in the best way possible. She absolutely killed it. I absolutely love seeing a live version of Ahsoka Tano on screen, seeing her with her dual white lightsabers, just kicking ass, taking names. It was amazing. We also finally got to know the name of Baby Yoda, Grogu. Did not expect that at all. We got to find out his background. You know, he comes from Coruscant and he was hidden away. Who hid him away? That's the real question. And in the same episode, we heard the name Grand Admiral Thrawn. Where is your boss? Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn? When I heard his name, I legitimately screamed out loud. Very loudly, I might add. And let's not forget, Boba fucking Fett, dude. And it was awesome to see Tamara Morrison coming back and fulfilling kind of his destiny being Boba Fett. And I know that we recently just lost Jeremy Bulloch, and that is a huge tragedy. We lost so many great people from Star Wars this year, along with David Prowse, who was the embodiment of Darth Vader, like the actual physical form. And, it was very, very sad. I just really hope that they enjoyed what Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau put on screen for us fans. And obviously everybody in the main cast did a wonderful job. They absolutely stepped their game up when it came to their acting performances. Pedro Pascal obviously killing it yet again. Giancarlo Esposito, let's talk about him for a second. That man needs to be protected at all costs. That guy needs to be injected with some type of concoction to grant him immortality, because that man, as Moff Gideon, is one of the greatest villains in Star Wars, up there with Darth Vader and Darth Maul and Sidious and Palpatine. And I mean, dude, there is just no denying that Moff Gideon is definitely a sinister human being. While we don't get a lot of him, what we do get of him, you are absolutely intimidated, and just his stoic face and his smirk alone just incite fear. You're just like, oh, fuck, what is this guy gonna do, man? And there are so many Easter eggs and so many references within the second season. And this just goes to show that if you give somebody like Jon Favreau the means to create Star Wars, because he is a massive fan of the franchise, that you will get top tier Star Wars content. So I thank Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni for giving us this. But going back to some of the supporting cast, I already mentioned Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. She was great. Bill Burr reprising his role as Mayfield. He was great. I absolutely loved him in episode 7 or chapter 15. He was great. I loved their little adventure together. And I loved Timothy Oliphant as Cobb Vanth in chapter 9. He was great. I kind of wish that he was in the show all the way through with Mando as kind of like his sidekick. I know that there's a lot of side quests that he went on. He met a lot of people, but it would have been cool to see Cobb Vanth and him kind of doing all of these things together. I really liked their dynamic together. Anyways, it was good to see him in at least that first episode of the season. And I hope that he makes a return return in future seasons. I also really enjoyed Ming-Na Wen. Now, for those of you who do not know, Ming-Na Wen voiced Mulan in the 90s cartoon version. So I thought it was really, really cool to kind of put a face to the voice, and having her come into this season was pretty awesome. She was in the first season too, but she had a kind of a major role to play in the second season, and I really, really enjoyed her. Hopefully we get more of her going forward, which I will be getting to in just a second. And I also love how there were so many cool directors coming in. We got an episode from Bryce Dallas Howard, and I thought that this season she stepped her game up in the directing game a lot more. In the first season, she did a pretty good job, but in this season, she definitely stepped it up. I also love how Robert Rodriguez directed an episode. I thought that was great. And let's talk about the finale. I just watched the finale for a second time. This finale is one of the greatest season finales in a television show that I've ever watched. It is one of the most satisfying endings. It is emotional. It is kick fucking ass to the 10th degree, dude. It is by far the best episode of the entire series we've gotten thus far. The entire vibe of the episode just reminded me of The Empire Strikes Back, of just the original trilogy as a whole. It made me feel like a kid again. And that's what Star Wars is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you feel young again. It's supposed to make you feel good on the inside. It's supposed to tug at your heartstrings. It's supposed to make you feel that warm, fuzzy feeling inside. But this episode, this finale, man, when I tell you that there were so many moments within this finale that I was just enthralled in. I was at the edge of my seat the entire time, man. It was so action-packed and so filled with everything good about Star Wars. It's just an undeniable feeling that you get. From the one scene where Boba Fett and Mando are talking to Bo-Katan in that cantina and they have that little duel in there, that was fucking awesome, to the very final ending scene of this episode, top tier. We'll dive into it a little bit more right now. The fight between Moff Gideon and Mando was fucking badass. The fact that we finally got to see Moff Gideon use the Darksaber, and he is a beast with that thing, dude. He's like Darth Vader at the end of Rogue One. He is fucking scary, and he is strong as shit. He fucking just... And the Dark Troopers are fucking bad ass, dude. Even though we didn't really get to see the Dark Troopers do that much, what we did get to see of them was enough, for me at least. From taking Grogu, which pissed me off a lot, to them kicking ass and trying to hold their own against Mando. And then at the very end of this episode, we got to see something that was the best payoff I think this fandom has had in a very long time. This is a payoff that we have been waiting for in this show, and we got it, and it was absolutely marvelous. It was so satisfying. It was so emotional. It really was the best way to end this season. There is no other way you could have ended it. If this would have ended with a cliffhanger, I would have broken my TV. That's what would have happened. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. The fact that we saw Luke fucking Skywalker kicking major ass. He mowed down those Dark Troopers like they were fucking nothing. He pretty much mowed them down as quickly as Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi did in The Phantom Menace, but like amplify that by like times 10. When he crushed the one Dark Trooper just by doing this, still am speechless. No real words I can describe how fucking awesome that was. When I realized that it was Luke Skywalker, I was like, oh my God, is Sebastian Stan finally gonna be the Luke Skywalker everyone's been fan casting? Like, is this gonna be it? Is this the moment we've been waiting for? But when he took off his head, it was just a CG face. I was like, oh, that's totally fine too. They did a pretty good job CGing his face in there. It was like how they did it with Tarkin in Rogue One. So I've seen the finale twice already. The first time I watched it though, when I realized it was Luke Skywalker, this is what I did. Like, you know, all the questions that were asked before the finale was like, who do you think Grogu reached out to? And it's like, oh, he reached out to Luke Skywalker. Oh, he reached out to this person, or he reached out to Mace Windu, or this person or that person. We didn't know what was going to happen. It was all speculation. But then when you realized it was Luke Skywalker, we were just like, holy shit, man. And then the last few minutes of this, man, I was holding back tears because Mando had to say goodbye to Grogu, and that was so sad, man, because you could actually see in Pedro Pascal's face after he took off his helmet second time this season. So cool. You could just see it in his face that he was just so sad that he had to let this little thing that he's been bonding with for the amount of time that he's been with him, he has to let him go in a way that's like, we have to let Grogu go as well. And that's just, it's so sad because we don't want to. He's been this light in our lives for the past 2 years and we have to let him go for now. And it's like, we just can't do that yet. And Mando definitely doesn't want to do that. He wants to keep him around. He loves him. It's his son. It's his kid. That's not something you can just let go so easily. And you could totally tell. And when Grogu touches his face, cue the fucking waterworks, dude. It was so incredibly sad. But again, this ending was so satisfying because Grogu is going off with Luke Skywalker. Like, come on, man. Who else better to take Grogu than Luke Skywalker? And obviously seeing Grogu interact with R2-D2 for the little bit, that was super endearing. It was super cute. And I won't lie, when R2-D2 first came on screen, I was like that Smash Mouth meme where it was like, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. Because really, dude, this episode, this finale was just like, the hits just keep coming, man. They just like everything that you could want from a finale for something as big as Star Wars. This was something that it was done right. It was done absolutely right in the best way possible. Obviously, as you can tell, I am absolutely in love with the second season of The Mandalorian. This is one of the best shows that I have seen in the past few years, especially when it comes to Star Wars. This is some of the best Star Wars content we have had in so long. So I'm going to go ahead and give The Mandalorian Season 2 an A+. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on The Mandalorian Season 2, and make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy holidays, and remember, this is the way.